Stay.
Max, no!
Max?
Who are you?
Pardon me, sweetheart. You anybody important?
No one at all.
Girl's name was Mavis Rustin. She was a cocktail waitress at the Shishi. She was on her way home from work. She wasn't assaulted, wasn't robbed, just stabbed 5 times. Whoever did it must have been awfully mad or psycho. Can I help you?
Mike,
Hello, Nikki. She's a friend, Lieutenant.
how's Pax?
I don't know. They're operating on him somewhere in there. Nobody around here seems to be able to talk.
I wish that dog could talk. He's the only eyewitness we have. If you think of anything that can help us.
Yeah, I know, like the color of his eyes.
Whatever help you can give. I am sorry about your dog.
Thanks, Lieutenant. The news hounds, you still out there?
Yes.
Yeah, they're sure gonna have a picnic with this one, aren't they?
Yep. What's in the harness, Mike?
Something beyond rage.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, that bad.
That's Longstreet? He survived the surgery. It's going to be touch and go. You see, the knife pierced his lung on the left side. I've done everything I can to control the bleeding, and I've closed up the wound.
Well, what are his chances?
50-50.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You seen this? Blind man, eyewitness to murder.
I told him I wanted to sweep up out there, but I didn't stop him.
Hello there.
Let's take a break, Mike.
Are we going to talk about the Blasco case?
No, that's all, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, okay.
All the other cases.
When do you stop?
When I feel finished.
Mike, I feel finished.
just Pax, is it, Mike?
No, it's not just Pax. It's the murder. It's that dead girl. It's the fact that if I could see, that murder might be locked up by now.
If you had been able to see, it might be you laying in a hospital now with a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, well, I can't see. I'm not in the hospital, and that's the point. That murderer, he stood in front of me with a knife, and when he saw I couldn't see, he decided he didn't have to deal with me. Because I was blind, I was harmless. No threat to him. Well, I resent that. I resent that cop dismissing me because I didn't see the murder. I resent it. I'm bloody angry about it.
I can testify to that.
I've got some unfinished business I'll see.
If your business is what I think it is, I'm against it. Mike, by now, the killer has read the papers. He knows you're not just any blind man. He knows you're a top-notch investigator. You start nosing around and get anywhere near him, he's going to try to kill you.
Well, then at least he'll have to deal with me, won't he?
Well, I didn't hear from either of you.
Hello.
Mr. Longstreet, this is Lieutenant Ryder. I'll be happy to know we picked up our man. He's being booked on a murder one.
What does he say?
Says he didn't do it. Mr. Longstreet, I appreciate your volunteering to come down here, but we do have a very strong case.
Well, then I can't do any damage, can I?
Step in here, son.
What's your name?
Gary Stevens.
You know me?
Saw your picture in the paper.
That's all.
Yeah, what is this?
You can go now.
Look, you're not gonna hang me on what a blind man said. Look, you guys are crazy. I didn't do it. Man, I loved her. I couldn't have done that to her. You're all crazy. That man's blind.
Well, what's your case? Fingerprints?
Well, we haven't found the knife. He was her boyfriend, and they had a few heavy fights yesterday afternoon. They had a knockdown brawl, mostly her getting knocked down. He thought she was fooling around on the side and threatened to kill her in front of 3 witnesses. He also found out that he served time in Texas for slicing up a bartender in a fight.
Doesn't feel right.
I don't know what that means, Mr. Longstreet.
Means it doesn't feel right.
You said that he never touched you or spoke to you. I don't think you're in any position to identify him.
No, maybe you're right. Still doesn't get rid of my gut feeling that you've got the wrong man.
Bad day at the office?
So.
You're not going back tonight.
No, not tonight.
Great. The kids were beginning to think you were a myth. And so was I.
I guess it all adds up in my computer and comes out image. Well, Stevens isn't the right image. He's lighter. He's smaller. He even breathes differently. There's something else that's nagging at me that I can't put my finger on.
We're here.
It's 11:40. Almost exactly 24 hours from the murder.
I was hoping you wouldn't mention that word. Dark alleys aren't my idea of fun and games under the best circumstances.
What do you see?
Walls on both sides. There's a solid wooden door at the end of the alley.
Any windows?
Yes, on the first floor, there's a large barred window.
No people windows?
Yes, they're all dark. Wait. On the second floor, on the left side, there's a dim light.
Well, let's go visit.
Yes, what is it?
Sorry to bother you so late. My name's Longstreet.
You're the guy in the news today.
Yes, that's right. Would you mind answering a couple of questions?
Well, it's almost midnight.
You're working late.
All right, come on in.
Thanks, thanks very much. This is my assistant, Nicky Bell.
Hello.
How do you do?
Are you a writer?
Advertising.
Dawn, what is it?
It's just some people asking some questions. Go on back to bed, silly. The answers to your questions are, the room overlooking the alley belongs to my son, Rudy, who was fast asleep last night, and he's already told the police that he didn't see anything.
What time does he normally go to sleep?
Bedtime's 8:30, lights out.
Oh, I saw a light in his room just a few minutes ago.
Were you in his room?
No.
If that kid is playing games, so help me.
There's no reason to.
I'm sorry. I hope I didn't get the boy into any trouble.
Don's under a lot of pressure. He hollers a lot. It's an escape valve, I guess.
The room's dark. He's fast asleep. Are you sure you saw a light?
Well, it could have been a reflection.
Sorry to have bothered you.
No bother.
Would you mind if we came back during the day and talked to the boy?
No, I guess not.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
He thinks young Rudy is a night person. You think the boy was awake?
Could be.
And so what happened?
It's possible.
Why wouldn't he have said something?
That's what we've got to find out.
We're here, Mike.
Oh, hello, Napoleon. What's happening, huh? Sorry to hear about that. Let's see here.
I'm sorry about the mess, but I've got a deadline to meet, and when you're freelancing, you have to look like an idiot. Rudy will be back in a minute. I sent him to the store.
Does he talk much about the other night?
Not the murder? Not to me. Well, maybe to the kids at school. We don't talk about very much of anything, Rudy and I. Kids, how do you reach them? Well, I thought you got lost. All right, son. Okay. These people would like to ask you a couple questions.
I know you. You got that big white shepherd, and you're blind.
Rudy.
No, that's right on both counts.
I've seen you walking him.
Usually he walks me. Rudy, my name's Mike, and this is, Nicky. Can we shake? That's it.
You don't wear sunglasses.
No, usually I take them off when I'm not in the sun.
You see the sun?
Well, I feel it.
Rudy, would you stop being such a pain?
Could we see your room?
Is it about the murder?
Yes.
I was sleeping.
Just show them, please.
You don't mind, do you?
No.
Oh, good. Let's see now. The front door is that way. Which way is your room, Rudy?
It's just down the hall. Take them, please.
That's right, Rudy. You just lead the way. What's this? This the hall?
Yep.
Which way is your room?
Straight ahead.
Okay, how many steps?
12.
You sure?
I always count them.
Yeah, me too.
You certainly have a good view of the alley.
Oh, I want to see that.
I thought you couldn't see.
Oh, I can't. Remember? I feel it.
I like your room, Rudy. You always keep it this neat?
Yes.
Who are you?
Can you feel any kind of light?
Oh, if it's strong enough. You want to test me?
How?
Well, let's see now. You have a flashlight? Well?
I'm not supposed to have it.
You stay up at night and read, Rudy?
Will you tell my father?
No, I'll leave that to you. Did you look out the window that night?
No, I was sleeping. I never saw anything. Honest.
All right. As long as you say so. Still want to try the flashlight?
Okay.
All right. You ready?
On or off?
On.
It's off.
Sorry. Guess we all make mistakes, don't we, Rudy? Be seen.
Is he lying?
Maybe. Maybe he's telling the truth.
It's hard to imagine that a child would disown a murder to save himself from a spanking.
Unless the murder means nothing and the spanking means everything.
How do you deal with that?
Very gingerly.
How long have you had him?
Not long enough. How's he doing?
So far, so good. No more bleeding. The wound's holding up. I realize how important he is to you.
No, not just to me, Doctor. If he pulls through, he's never going to forget who did this to him.
I can't go with this, Bert. It's the worst piece of work you've ever given me. It's repetitious, unimaginative. I don't know where your mind was when you were writing it, but it certainly wasn't on this project.
I'm sorry. Must be these headaches. Leave it. I'll take another crack.
All right. I want you to see a doctor about those headaches. Get yourself back in shape.
Thank you for letting us see the room.
Oh, it's no problem. She's paid up at the end of the month. And murder or no murder, I ain't about to rent out no room that's already been paid up.
No, that's very kind of you.
Well, I always say you gotta live by kind acts if you want to be remembered kindly. Is that what you drive in? It's awful airy for a man in your condition.
I wear a seatbelt.
Well, that's good, because you could fly right out of there.
I was just wondering, her boyfriend thought she might have been playing around with somebody else. Do you know anything about that?
Well, I'll tell you, it was no lie. I ain't never seen her, mind you. But the nights that her beau worked, she was off and running. All primped up, raring to go.
Did you ever see his car or hear his voice on the telephone?
No, sir. She left walking, come home the same way. And if he ever called here, I never knew about it.
Then how can you be certain he exists?
I got a woman's nose.
Business as usual.
She was just a whisper. The world only stops for the thunderers.
You see any killers?
What's a killer?
He's a man in a corner.
Not this time.
Okay, I have about 1 minute before they miss me. Shoot.
We're interested in Mavis Rustin.
The man in the headlines.
Will you help us?
Look, I already talked to the police. We just work together, you know. I didn't even like her all that much.
Did she have a guy in the woodwork?
Well, if she did, she sure kept him there. Nobody around here knew anything about it.
Ella.
Sorry. Hi, Mr. Oakes.
Hello.
The usual?
Yes.
They should be back any minute.
Sorry.
You can do anything you want to after I leave. That's tomorrow's headache. Huh. This goes right there. And this piece goes right there. My grandson and I do them all the time.
Your grandson, huh?
Yeah.
Great.
We made it. Hi, Duke.
Hello.
Mrs. Kay, I'll give you a lift.
Not tonight. Bingo night.
I'll drop you.
Well, thank you. Mr. Longstreet, we're out of laundry soap.
I'll get some.
See you in the morning.
What happens if you win tonight?
Ah, then you'll see me tomorrow afternoon.
Night, man.
You're out of scotch and bourbon.
Yes, so I noticed.
Well, the ride's not bad. I dropped by to check on Pax. He's holding his own.
Oh, thanks, Duke.
I got a job for you, if you want it.
Oh? When does it start?
Tonight. Now.
Well, that sounds serious.
It is. Somebody's been cleaning out some high-priced art collections.
Oh, wait. Don't tell me. The collections are in New York, right?
San Francisco.
Well, that's not bad. San Francisco, that's still far enough outside New Orleans to keep me out of trouble.
Well, you can get sore if you want to, but it's still a legitimate job.
I pass.
I got a call from Lieutenant Ryder today. He knows you've been snooping around. He asked me if you've been working on an insurance case for me. I told him you're a private citizen.
You gonna start crowding me?
He thinks he's got the killer.
What do you think?
He's got a good case.
Oh, that's fine, Duke. If he's got the killer locked up, I'm in no danger. You can stop worrying about me. Worst I can get's nowhere.
Will you be very late? All right. Just make sure you have some supper, okay? Bye.
Nicky?
I've got some groceries for you.
Nicky, who's back there on the sidewalk?
No one. Why? What is it?
Let's go inside.
You okay?
I heard him, Nicky. I know what he sounds like.
Are you sure you heard it before?
Yeah, I heard it the night of the murder.
But you can't describe it.
Like I told you, Duke, if I hear it again, I'll recognize it.
Who is it?
Ryder.
Hi.
Hi. We checked the whole area for suspicious characters.
Yeah, and there weren't any, right? Blind man got spooked by the night air.
What do we look for? I can't arrest people because of their footsteps.
Well, why not? You need an eyewitness. My ears are my eyes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Longstreet. I can describe what I've seen. Can you describe what you've heard? If you like, I'll leave a man outside to keep watch.
No, why bother? Since you have the right man in jail, I'm in no danger.
Good night, then.
Good night, Lieutenant. Mike, I believe you.
Well, thanks, friend, but, Lieutenant's right. I can't describe what I heard. Still at the kindergarten stage in that department. It's like hearing Stravinsky when you're geared for Tiny Tim.
Maybe you can't describe it, Mike, but you can recognize it. And that's worth investigating.
Yeah, but how? Walk down the streets with my ear on the ground?
Now, I have a friend, a Dr. Bradville.
No. It wasn't a shuffle step.
There's congenital hip dysplasia.
No, that's not it. This step was very, very similar to a normal person's step.
Maybe some kind of limp.
No.
I'm running out of material. How about this? What did you think?
Maybe.
I might be able to imitate it better with my hands. Now listen carefully for the sound from the diseased leg. It's a foot drop that slaps.
Wait a minute. Not so much differentiation. Yeah, well, it's cruder, but that's the sound. No, that's not the walk I heard the night of the murder. Or last night.
Thanks. Take him back. Thanks, man.
Lieutenant, the man who killed Mavis Rustin has some kind of a muscular impairment of his leg. I suggest you check anybody out like that who knew the girl or came in contact with her. About Stevens, you gonna let him go?
Oh, I couldn't even if I wanted to, not on that evidence. But, I'll buy you a suggestion. I'll put some men on it.
No, thanks. Thanks, man.
Hello. Hi, is Mr. Longstreet here?
No.
No.
Well, can I help you?
Oh, no, I just want to know how his dog was doing.
Well, Mr. Longstreet's at the hospital right now, so, why don't I tell him that you came by to see him?
Okay, thank you.
Can I tell him who called?
I'm Rudy. Rudy Krim. Just tell him the boy with the window over the alley.
Well, that seems pretty specific. All right, Mr. Krim, I'll tell him.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Duke.
Hello, folks. How goes it, Lee?
Fine.
Thought you had a heavy meeting.
Oh, it was canceled.
Oh. Lee closed the shop early today, too.
Is that so?
Yeah.
How's Pax?
Well, he's holding his own. You on your way in?
I was, but I think I'll tag along with you if you don't mind.
Where's your car?
I cabbed it, but I don't mind riding in the rumble seat.
Did you bring along your shotgun?
Are you going to give me trouble?
How long are you two going to keep playing bodyguard?
As long as you remain stubborn.
Come on, Mike, give me a break, will you? It's not often my glutted arteries have a chance to pump noble blood.
And if I say no?
Well, Lee will have closed his shop for nothing. You'll lose my delightful company, and I'll have to spend a cold and lonely night on your doorstep.
Okay, mount up. Mount up.
Hey.
Married? How come?
Well, it's one reason a man would want to hide his relationship with a girl.
Let's see, married with a bad leg. There's a Mr. McAfee. He's a married guy, comes in regular, and he walks with a limp from some sort of hip disease. Or arthritis, maybe.
No, my man doesn't have a limp, not exactly.
That's about the only one I know. Most guys don't talk to us girls about stuff like that. They want to look like peacocks, not damaged bananas. Hey, Arnie.
Huh?
Do you know a regular that comes in here that has a leg or a foot problem?
McAfee.
No, we did McAfee.
Biberman. He's got an artificial leg.
No kidding.
No, this man wouldn't have a noticeable limp. He'd have a muscular disease or an old case of polio.
Oaks.
Birdo?
Sure. I never knew there was nothing wrong with him myself until about 6 months ago. He came right in here, sat at the bar one evening, tied one on, bent my ear about how he had polio when he was a little kid. And now he has trouble with his right foot because it's not as strong as the other one. Why, he won't even drive his own car because he don't feel secure when he puts his foot on the brake.
Was he friendly with any of the girls?
Sure, with all of them.
Any in particular, Mavis Rustin?
No, not that I ever noticed.
A man named Oakes, who may or may not have the right kind of a limp, who may or may not have known Mavis Rustin, who may or may not have been seen in that alley on that night by a kid who may or may not have been awake.
Lieutenant, will you listen to me?
Mr. Longstreet, this may turn out to be the biggest goof-up of my entire career. But I don't think so. I'm going to have my men check out Oakes. Meanwhile, why don't you go home and let the police department do its job?
Call Alice.
Duke, instead of calling, why don't you just go home, huh?
Thanks for the hospitality.
Come on, you know what I mean.
Listen, I may need you to reassure her I'm really spending the night with a friend.
Oh, come on, Duke. Alice is not that kind of girl.
I know, but it's a little game we play. She pretends to be suspicious, and I try to feel guilty. It's a pinch of spice in our wedding cake.
Duke. Yeah. Hang up, will you?
What is it?
It's time to go home. Both of you. I'm fine. I'll be fine.
Now, wait a minute, friend. This is a killer who's setting you up.
No, we don't know that. We don't know he's setting me up.
He followed you, Mike.
Well, even if he did, he knows I can't do anything to him. Without an eyewitness, there's no case against Oakes or anybody else.
What about Rudy?
Yeah, Rudy. If he was awake, how do we know he saw anything? No. Come on.
Mike, we don't want you carved up by some maniac.
No, Duke, he's not a maniac. He killed for a reason. He'll only come after me for a reason. Now, go home, or I'm going to start charging you both rent.
All right, will you call me if you need me?
Yes, right. Go on.
You're stubborn and hard-nosed, and when you get like this, you are impossible.
Go home, will you? Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Shepherd. I've seen you walking him.
Well, usually he walks me. Hello.
Longstreet.
Yes?
This is the man you're looking for.
Yes. Mr. Oakes.
You know me. I want to talk to you.
About what? Mavis Rustin?
She wanted to destroy me. Do you understand? I have a wife. I have children. I love them. I didn't want to hurt them. I never wanted to hurt Mavis.
Go to the police. Turn yourself in.
I can't risk that. I'd lose everything.
It's your only choice. I know you killed that girl.
You want to destroy me, too. But you can't. You can't prove anything. If you could, the police would have picked me up already.
It's just a matter of time now.
Keep away from me and my life, and keep them away from me. Or something could happen to you and that boy. He is connected somehow, isn't he? He hasn't said anything.
Make sure he doesn't.
Lieutenant, he called me. He threatened me. And the boy.
I believe you. Look, according to his wife, he was supposed to be at his office on the night of the murder. So far, no one can verify that.
Why not lock him up?
Because it's not enough. You can't prove he called you.
He called me!
Mr. Longstreet, I'll find someone to keep an eye on you and the boy. Meanwhile, there is no case, no proof, still no witnesses.
Sylvia, can you get that?
Hello, Mr. Longstreet.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Krim. I'm sorry.
Again? What is this?
I'm sorry to come in so late, but I've got to see Rudy.
Why? What about
Well, there have been some new developments.
Look, he said he was sleeping. He told the cops he was sleeping.
Now, Dawn, you promised me you wouldn't.
Look, what businesses are yours? You're not a cop. You're not a friend of the dead girl.
I know.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, you're just trying to play at being a detective. Well, I don't want you upsetting my kid with all this talk about murder. I just don't want my kid hurt, that's all.
Neither do I.
What do you mean?
I mean, he might be in some kind of danger because of something he saw.
He told you he was sleeping.
Are you so sure of that, Mr. Krim? Rudy?
Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry to waken you. Can we talk?
How's your dog?
Well, he's holding on. How about you?
I'm not sick.
No, you're not sick. Scared, maybe, huh? Being scared's a kind of sickness.
You ever scared?
Plenty.
Of what?
Well, when I was a kid, of the dark.
You're not now?
No, not so much anymore. I used to be scared of breaking the rules, too, of getting caught. But I always felt better afterwards.
After you were caught?
Mm-hmm. See, the people I didn't think would understand, well, they always did understand.
You know, I think you talk and listen better because you're blind.
Maybe. Rudy, if I talk now, will you listen?
Yes.
You know, when I was a kid, just about your age, I used to think the whole world would come crashing down on me because of something I did, so, well, I'd make believe it didn't happen, so people wouldn't get angry with me. Now, that's all right when you're a kid, Rudy, because well, every kid has the right to be a kid, but not tonight. Not tonight, Rudy. Tonight, you've got to be a grown-up. You have to understand the difference between a fib about reading in bed at night and a fib about seeing someone killed. Because one lie might involve a scolding, maybe even a spanking. But the other, that lie involves human life. Mine, yours, maybe even your folks.
I don't understand.
Tonight, Rudy, just for tonight, you've got to be a man. You have to tell the truth. Because a lot of people are depending on you. I think I'm depending on you more than anyone. Can you do it?
Did he see the murder?
Yes. I can describe the man.
Oakes, what do you want? What are you doing here?
You killed Mavis Rustin. I heard you. And someone saw you.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. I don't know you. I never saw you.
I never saw you either, but I know you. Now I can prove it. Lieutenant Ryder? Mr. Oakes, Lieutenant Ryder.
I'll take that.
Pax. That you, boy? Yeah. Yeah, that's your boy. How are you? Oh, careful, careful. Aren't you gonna say hello, huh? Well, that's not one of your best barks, boy, but it's something to build on, huh, fella? We'll work on it.